A very good morning, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests. Good to have all of you here, and again, welcome to the second day of the Supercomputing Asia 2022. Now, this is organized by the National Supercomputing Centre, Singapore, NSCC. I'm Ravi, and I'll be your host for this conference. A few housekeeping announcements prior to moving on to the program proper, ladies and gentlemen. Now, we'll have the award ceremonies here, of course, in this main hall, and our keynote addresses as well, and thereafter a series of industry plenaries. There will be concurrent sessions going on right here in this main hall, as well as the adjoining 4 rooms. You can access the program via our virtual event platform by scanning your QR codes at the back of your name badges for those of you here live as well. All right. We also have the adjoining exhibition, and that's on your right as you leave the room, on your left, on your right facing stage right now. Due to prevailing safe distancing measures, there will be specific timings for each zone to access the hall. Now, do check the banner on the outside for these specifics in terms of the details of the timing. For our online audience, thank you for tuning in nice and early. It's good to see you in the virtual world. You will be able to access the various concurrent breakout tracks and the exhibition hall via the virtual lobby. To enjoy the fullest experience for this event, of course, do ensure that you have a nice, strong internet connection. You will find the Q&A panel on the right of the SCA platform window. This is where you can raise your questions, should you have any questions during the talks. Meanwhile, do explore and visit the exhibition hall when you can, ladies and gentlemen. We are delighted to start this morning with 2 award ceremonies. The first ceremony is for the SCA 22 Awards, which recognizes pioneers and thought leaders who have been instrumental in developing the supercomputing and HPC ecosystem right here in Singapore. The second award, ladies and gentlemen, is the International Data Mover Challenge, DMC Awards, which is also organized, of course, by NSCC, that brings together experts to compete to come up with solutions for data transfer. Now, to announce the winners of the SCA Awards, ladies and gentlemen, it is with pride and pleasure that I invite Professor Lawrence Wong. He is the chair of the SCA 22 Organizing Committee and the president, Singapore Advanced Research and Education Network, Singapore. He'll be coming up on stage right now, ladies and gentlemen, to make the announcements. Let's welcome him with a round of applause. Professor Lawrence Wong. Good to have you with us, sir.
Thank you, Ravi, and good morning to all of you, and welcome to the Supercomputing Asia 2022 Awards Ceremony. The annual SCA Awards are an opportunity for the HPC community to recognize and celebrate those who have contributed significantly in one way or another to high-performance computing, as well as to those who have been instrumental in the development of the HPC ecosystem, particularly for the Asian and Indo-Pacific region. The SCA Awards continues to identify and recognize individuals who have made significant achievements in their vision, their leadership, and their contributions to HPC and related technologies. This year's SCA 22 award recipients are no different. They exemplify the qualities and attributes that make them thought leaders and pioneers in their respective communities and beyond. The 3 SCA 22 award winners have well-established track records of impactful achievements that have greatly benefited the HPC communities both domestically and across the region. Today, I'm proud to announce the winners of the SCA 22 awards. Each of the award winners will have the opportunity to provide a brief recorded acceptance speech for their awards. HPC development in our region has not progressed in isolation or without the help of international partners from across the world. For their contributions towards helping to grow HPC ecosystem in Asia, the SCA HPC Network Achievement Award recognizes individuals or organizations who have played key roles in helping develop the HPC infrastructure and the related ecosystem in the region. This year's SCA HPC Network Achievement Award goes to Associate Professor Francis Lee Boo Song from the Singapore Advanced Research and Education Network. In recognition of his contributions towards promoting global research and interaction between HPC communities through the establishment and growth of both local and international research and education networks, let us hear from Francis.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, we are trying to get the video in order for Professor Francis Lee. We will now, sir, move on to the physical awards, the next segment, if you could.
Okay.
Thank you.
So maybe we'll get that later, yeah. So we are honored to have Francis with us here today in person. As such, may I first invite Associate Professor Tan Tin Wee, co-chair of the SCA 22 Conference Steering Committee, to come on stage to present Francis with his award. Professor Tan, please. Next, please do join me in welcoming our SCA HPC Network Achievement Award recipient, Associate Professor Francis Lee. Thank you, Tin Wee, and congratulations again, Francis. For our next award, the SCA HPC Leadership Achievement Award recognizes an outstanding individual with excellence in leadership within the HPC community, particularly for the ASEAN, Asian, and Australasian regions. This year's SCA HPC Leadership Achievement Award goes to Dr. Jisoo Lee from KUST, the King Abdullah University of Science and Technology in Saudi Arabia. In recognition of his leading pioneering initiatives to develop South Korea's HPC community and driving activities that have advanced international cooperation, Jisoo is unfortunately unable to be with us here in person to receive the award. Nevertheless, let's hear from him.
I am deeply honored and humbled to receive HPC Leadership and Achievement Award. I want to express my appreciation to the Supercomputing Asia community for this recognition. Looking back, I find myself lucky. There were always meaningful and challenging problems I can work on. And I also had talented and dedicated people to work with. And I had supportive family. I want to dedicate this work all the people I work with in Korea, in Saudi Arabia, and all over the world during this great journey. And also want to dedicate this award to my wonderful family who supported me at bad and good times. Thank you again.
Thank you, and congratulations, Jisoo. Finally, for our last award this year, the SCA HPC Visionary Award recognizes an outstanding individual who has demonstrated great vision in the future of HPC and has contributed significantly to the development of the HPC community, particularly for the ASEAN, Asian, and Australasian regions. This year's SCA HPC Visionary Award goes to Professor David Abramson from the University of Queensland in Australia. In recognition of his significant contributions to the advancement of Australian and global HPC through the development of world-leading HPC research and distinguished service in international HPC communities. Again, unfortunately, David is not able to be here in person to receive the award. Nevertheless, let's hear from David.
Hello, I'm delighted to accept this award, and I want to thank the organisers of this year's meeting. I would have loved to have been able to be with you in Singapore and accept the award in person. And hopefully, in the not too distant future, I'll be able to get there and meet with you all again. For those of you lucky enough to have travelled to the event, I hope you have a very rewarding meeting. Please have a local beer for me and celebrate for me. COVID has been, of course, very trying for all of us, but our community has been adopting new technologies over a long period. So for many, the transition to work from home and virtual meetings was less dramatic than for others. Last week, I ran a virtual conference myself and used a novel collaboration tool to run a poster session. This software I see combines video conference and gaming and gave the closest experience of face-to-face that I've seen to date. I was able to meet with poster presenters and discuss their work. Clearly, our industry is critical and we need to keep pushing innovation to mitigate these challenges we face as a community. I just want to mention some work that I've been doing most recently with Manish Parasha from University of Utah on an area called translational computer science. Translational computer science is based on the idea of translational medicine, in which we do our research in situ and apply it to real-world problems. It's actually a really useful method for doing supercomputing research because it allows us to evaluate our work as it's applied, whilst also making contributions to computer science. We've published this in IEEE Computer, the Journal of Computational Science, and now a department in IEEE Computers and Science Engineering. I encourage you perhaps to have a look at those and see whether you can apply it to your work. I do just want to close and say thank you again to the organising committee. It's a huge honour and I appreciate it very, very much. And I hope I can meet with you all in the not too distant future. Thank you.
Thank you and congratulations, David. Unfortunately, we are having some technical difficulties with Francis' video. So in any case, congratulations again to all our winners, and thank you all for being here to recognize the deserving winners of the Supercomputing Asia 2022 Awards. Thank you. And may I now ask Ravi to back on the stage.
Thank you very much, Prof. Wong, for leading us through the SCA Awards 2022. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to invite up on stage for the next awards. This, of course, is the DMC Awards, Mr. Andrew Howard. Let's welcome him with a round of applause, shall we?
Thanks, Ravi. Hello, everyone, in person and those joining us remotely for Supercomputing Asia 2022. I'm Andrew Howard, Associate Director, Cloud Services at the National Computational Infrastructure in Canberra, Australia. I'm honoured to be the Chief Judge of the International Data Mover Challenge. The DMC judging panel brings together eminent pioneers of the Internet. I would like to begin by thanking the members of the judging panel in alphabetical order. Mr. Tim Chone, Network Development Manager, JISC, UK. Professor Kees de Laat, Professor of the Informatics Institute Facility of Science, University of Amsterdam in the Netherlands. Associate Professor Francis Lee Buseng, Associate Professor, School of Computer Science and Engineering at the Nanyang Technological University. And of course, Emeritus Professor Lawrence Wong, Department of Electrical and Computer Engineering at the National University of Singapore. We have been ably supported by Mr. Bernard C. and Kenny from NSCC. Simon Peter Green and Pranoy Selbok from Singapore Advanced Research and Education Network, SINGAREN, who we thank for their outstanding work coordinating the significant logistics and coordinating challenges inherent in running an event of this scale. Big data is a fundamental part of the international HPC landscape. Data volumes continue to increase with increasing resolution and fidelity of the instruments like satellites, genome sequences, sensor grids, telescopes, and a diverse range of other devices. Our global research and education networks, which connect our community, have steadily increased in capability, with 100 gigabits per second now being the pervasive national and international standards. To make effective use of networks at this scale, we need data transfer tools and capabilities which are able to make effective use of the network and the attached HPC storage. As we explore new ways of implementing more environmentally friendly HPC capabilities, where the HPC workloads are able to migrate between data centres to take advantage of lower energy costs, or to affect grid stability by absorbing excess renewable energy, we need tools and capabilities to locate the data centres close to the compute. Where data sovereignty is essential, we have explored models of data access in place and determined that for some workloads, in-place data access combined with data encryption in flight provides a performant method of access, particularly in the genomics space. The Data Mover Challenge brings together partners from across the global research and education networks and HPC facilities. I would like to thank our partners, NSCC in Singapore, ARNet in Australia, CSC in Finland, KAUST in Saudi Arabia, KISTI in Korea, NICT in Japan, UVA in the Netherlands, and Giant and our other pan-European network partners. The DMC Judging Committee were presented with an interesting range of participants who each had a unique approach to the challenge. As such, we decided to award 5 of the teams. The quality of the entries was highly regarded by the judging panel, with each team presenting its own merits in various use cases. We decided that each was worthy of an award. The winning solutions covered the spectrum of network technology, with one team, Team Mushishino from Japan, who created a new internet protocol which was able to deliver reliable data transfer services over a range of network conditions like loss and congestion, and were awarded the most innovative and best IPv6 performance award. 2 teams focused on using the network efficiently, one optimizing for large, reliable dataset replication within an existing data management framework, Architecture, and the other, Globus, utilizing a well-established data transfer ecosystem, but applying it in the DMC context. As such, Architecture were awarded the most complete solution and best software architecture, and Globus awarded Best Innovative Software Experience. Team Fast is Good focused on delivering large data set transfer through firewalls and in paired networks efficiently, and were awarded Best Virtualization Support. Team Sienna ICAIR UETN produced a highly optimized framework able to programmatically define a data transfer with the ability to employ machine learning to optimize the paths, network configurations, protocols, and throughput, which is presented through a Jupyter Notebook interface and able to integrate with other existing Jupyter Notebook workflows. We would like to announce the overall winner with the Best Throughput and Innovation Award to Sienna ICAIR UETN. The judging committee would like to thank the teams who participated and our partners across the global HPC and National Research and Education Network communities who kindly provided their expertise, resources, and capabilities, and of course, their essential ongoing support and guidance through the challenge. I would like to invite Professor Tan Tin Wee on stage to present the award to the overall winner, Sienna ICAIR UETN. Thank you, Tin Wee. As we have heard from many of our SCA 22 presenters yesterday, big data and data transfers are an essential and an evolving area. We would like to invite you all to join us in future iterations of the DMC as partners or competitors as we as a community build the tools and capabilities to deliver today's and tomorrow's data movement to support current and evolving science. Thank you very much, everyone, and back over to you, Ravi.
Thank you very much, Andrew. Appreciate that. Thank you for leading us through the DMC Awards. Now, congratulations to all award winners right here for both the award ceremonies, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, indeed, it's been a very international lineup that we have had here. Ladies and gentlemen, the organizing committee would also like to take this opportunity to pay tribute to Dr. Puchong Uttayapa, who was the past SCA 21 award winner and truly a champion in Thailand and ASEAN HPC. We invite you now to watch this very special commemorative video, memorial of him. Here we are. A true visionary and a champion in the community, ladies and gentlemen. I invite you now, both our virtual audience and our live audience right here, to spend a minute of silence in tribute to Dr. Puchong Uttayapa. Together, ladies and gentlemen, I invite you to celebrate this gentleman, this distinguished gentleman, with a round of applause, please. I thank you for especially paying tribute to this outstanding gentleman.